So this is the prompt for the second project in our series of HTML CSS demo projects. In this one, we are expected to do two things. One, you should display a YouTube video on your about page. And two, we need to have a fixed footer with copyright information. So let's get started. I'm going to go to the profile page here and let's go to the about page first. Open it in Notepad. So here we need to have a YouTube video. Let's see how to do that. So we need to have a YouTube video right about here. So let's look at how to do that. I'm going to Google for how to add a YouTube video to your HTML page. And again, we get a link to the W3 Schools tutorial showing you how to do that. And you can see here that it's giving you this kind of an option. Okay, so you can try this. You can copy this code and go directly to your about page and paste this and save it. And now if you go to your about page, you'll get to see the same thing here. So it's as simple as that. But I want to show you one more thing, which is if you go to YouTube and find whichever video. So let's go to our channel and let's pick out a video here. Let's say this one. And if you click on share on any video, you'll see some options here. Okay. So here you see a button called Embed. So if you click on that, it will give you the code necessary. Okay. So let's copy this code. If you click on copy, it will copy that code. Now let's go to our code here and let's paste this stuff and save it. And now if you go here, it will show you that. Okay. So it's as simple as this. Now what we can do is we can try to center this video in the about page. So let's open our CSS file in a new window. And if you see that we have a thing called the center here, let's try to apply this to the iframe. And let's see if that works. And it does. So we've centered the video. Now we've added this code and it's working fine. But I just want to make sure that you understand what's going on. So we are using a tag called iframe. So iframe is basically a tag in HTML that lets you embed some other content on an existing web page. So currently we have the about page, which is the existing content. And here we are creating a box which will show you something from a different website. Okay, so if you look here, the iframe has an src attribute which shows you the link to something else in some other website. And we are basically bringing in that content and showing it in this page. So that's what typically iframes are used for. So it's important to understand how a certain code works when you copy it from somewhere and use it. You can also go to Google and look for how iframes work. And if you do that, you'll see some links and you can have a look at this documentation and understand how iframes work. And you can do this at your own time. So part one of our task is complete. Now let's look at how to add a fixed footer with copyright information. Now let's go to our thing and again let's go and look at how to add a fixed footer. And again we get a link to the W3 Schools. So if you see here, this is a fixed footer and we have the code for how to get that done. First let's try it and see how it is. Let's create the content so that it let us scroll and run it. Now if you look here, this footer stays in place no matter how much we scroll. Okay, so that is what a fixed footer is. So if you see here in the instructions, it says add a fixed footer with the copyright information. And we have that here. Now, what is a copyright information? Copyright information is basically something that shows at the very bottom of your web page. So if you see here, if you go to any website, basically it will show you something like this. Okay, so this is a copyright symbol, and there is the name of this particular website or whatever, and some text saying that it's all reserved or something like that. Now I'm not going to go into the details of what this means, that is beyond the scope of this video, but I just want to show you how you can add this in the footer. So I'm going to basically create a fixed footer with this kind of an information showing there. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this code and add it to our about page. Okay, and then we are going to go to the styling and copy the styling that we have here and add it to our CSS. Now we only have one footer, so we might as well make it an ID. So it's important to know when to use IDs and when to use classes. When you have only one thing on your page for that class, it's best to use ID. So we have this now. Now let's save this and go see how that looks. Okay, so now the footer is here, and we need to make sure that we add this to all the pages. Okay, so we've added it to all the pages. So homepage, about page, gallery, and contact, everything has the footer. So now let's go to the styling and let's change that. I don't want the background to be red. I want this to be black, and the color being white is fine. And I also want the footer text to be an actual copyright text. So we need to have a copyright symbol here. There are multiple ways to do this. Go here and look for copyright symbol in HTML, and you can see that each of the symbols has a certain code for HTML. So let's copy that. Here you can add your own name. So here you can add something like this. Save it and go to the contact page and refresh it. So here you can see that it looks black and it's got all of this information, which looks kind of nice. And now we need to make sure that we are updating this information on all the pages. Let's go to the index page. Okay, so it's working now. So this is how we do both things. We added a YouTube video on the about page and also added a fixed footer with copyright information. So hope this is helpful. Of course, you're going to be able to do this in different ways than what I showed you here, and that's completely fine as long as you achieve the results. If you haven't done this, please watch this video again and try to do this on your own, because if you just watch the video, you're not going to understand this fully. You have to do this on your own to understand how all of this works. You have to do this on your own. There's no substitute for your own work. So please don't skip on doing that. Watching this video by itself is not going to help. You have to actually perform the things that I'm doing in this video on your own. Only then it will stick with you. So hope this video was helpful. Please make sure to like and share this video, and also subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for notifications. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.